No, I wasn't going to go there. I decided that, well, not that'd be the easy way. We'll try to find other ways and dig around the sites and find ways to get them seeing me differently. I went outside the norm and had a short run. It can be something so simple, a short run. So normally run-up's about 15, 20 metres, and everyone goes in for as a fast bowler. That's the brand. You've got to have a fast bowler. Dennis Lilly ran in from 35, 50 metres years ago, and that was what you had to do. But I changed it. I thought, no, I'm going to get a short run. And the first game we played at the Gabba, Chairman Selectors came to me and said, "Oh, how are you going?" I said, "Good, I've changed this season, I've got a short run." And he's gone, "Oh, okay, what for?" I said, "It gives me better balance on the crease, stability there. I can last longer on the crease, it gives me better control, blah, blah." Listed all the benefits to this new short run. He said, "Oh, great, be interested to see how it goes." He came to me at the end of the game, he said, "That's fantastic, that's exactly what we wanted." And so, funnily enough, I got picked the next game. You know what was different in the end? Absolutely nothing. It was exactly the same product at the other end. It's bowling a cricket ball, it's getting in a good area and taking wickets. It was exactly the same. But it was the perception in his mind that I was able to influence there and change it. Just out of interest, what's in some of your industries, what's the main perception? What's one of the challenges you're finding at the moment? Anyone? Yep. Product is expensive. Was a perception. So, and is that what sort of industry is that? Web. Yep. In the web, the internet, all that. Yeah, product's expensive. It takes time. But I guess it's quality, isn't it? Are you finding it an issue? That it's because it's perceived as being expensive or getting into the market, or... Well, I know in one of the courses I did in strategy, through the MBA, they were talking about there's 3 different ways that you can be a company and a leader in whatever field you're at. There's 3 different ways. No one can be one in each of the 3. However, I think Apple is coming close at the moment. And you're either the best product, you're either the cheapest product, or you've got the best customer intimacy. Obviously Apple isn't the cheapest, but it claims the other 2. And I guess for all products and environments, it's about finding starring, I'm going to say starring, in 2 out of the 3. And not trying to be someone that sort of can tick all those boxes. Using my example, I found that. Like as a cricketer, I was good, but I wasn't the best. We had other guys, McGrath, we had a few other guys who were more talented than myself. But one of the areas that I like to think that I worked really hard at was that customer intimacy. It was getting to know my customer, being the selectors, and having relationships. To the point where, just thinking that now, the point where a lot of the cricketers, when they see media, like even here, I don't know one guy that I played with that would want to come up and do this. Not one. Unless you paid him a lot of money, and I'm not getting paid. Like I said, the favour bank. But this is the thing where you find, for me, it was the smallest effort often has the greatest reward. And I was invited to speak to all the rookie cricketers at throughout Australia, in all the states. There's about 5 or 6 rookie cricketers that they give a contract to sort of secure them because they're young and talented for each state. And I was invited to go and speak to them. I spoke to them for 2 years in a row. And the brief was, can you tell us about life as a professional cricketer? You know, tell us what life as a professional cricketer is like. So I went down there purposely, and first question I said to them, I said, we all know what the good stuff is. What's the worst thing about being a professional cricketer? And and they've stopped and they go, I don't know. Perception. We worked it. I got the perception was the worst thing for a professional cricketer. For a professional sportsman, standing in a bar with two mates, if you play rugby league, everyone's going, oh, look at these blokes, be careful. If you're down in Melbourne and they're AFL, it could be a fight's going to happen. Or see, Warney on his own with Liz Hurley in the corner. And perception is that they're obviously in love. But this is it. One of the things I said to these guys, I said about perception, and this works, this is actually so applicable here as far as the networking, which is why we are here, and the theme of this tonight is that the smallest effort has the greatest reward. And I said that to all the young cricketers, and one of the things that I've tried for so long and discovered was even with media, was going up to them and just saying, "G'day, how are you?" Showing general manners. "G'day mate, how are you? You got kids? What's going on?" The reason why that stood out was because no one else in the team was doing it. Every single bloke in the team would see someone from the media, and there's probably someone back hiding over there, all ready to take some quotes and all that, and he's going to nail us. So around the same team hotels, you had the press, the media, they were staying there, and always, all the players, just look on the lookout for these guys. Now, not that I was a brown nose, not that I thought, be best mates with them, but once again, I saw that as an opportunity to stand out. I thought, if they're all doing that, then how hard is it to do this? And I found that it did. That smallest effort had the greatest reward, because straight away, for the media sense, as far as the customer intimacy with the media, I found that next time they went to write something bad about Kasprowicz, bowled a heap of garbage, got to drop him, he's rubbish, get rid of him, he's a shocker. We had a relationship. So next time they went to, he didn't go as well as he was hoping, and they toned it down. And it was incredible how that worked. So finding a space when no one else is, and it might even come from just the simplest thing. Same thing with networking. One of the things that a lot of sports people do, guaranteed, if anyone ever goes to a pre-season launch or a sports dinner or anything like that, you'll find all the sports people standing on their own in a little group to the side. Because, you know why? Because they're comfortable, aren't they? That's their mates. They're over there with their mates. It's, you don't really want to be there. You have to be there, but the big thing is, what can you do in this environment to make it worthwhile? And that, to me, was one of the things that I keep talking to the younger guys about, is that everyone's got a story. Every single person you come across has a story. And I love hearing, personally, from a personal point of view, I love hearing and getting some information. If they're interested in hearing what I've got to say, that's fantastic, but I'm more interested in hearing how they did it their way. And quite often, even at functions like this, I'm sure people feel it. You come to a function, you might be on your own, then all of a sudden, you see another guy on his own. And you think, well, I don't know, it takes a bit of guts, it takes a bit of courage, and it takes you to a place where you often naturally don't go. But in this environment, in the business world, the smallest effort often has the greatest reward. Just going up saying g'day, because he has the same nerves, or she has the same nerves and feels the same pressures about the situation. And so I love that for me, a message, and a clear message that does come through. I'm trying to think what else we've learned, good lessons. Yeah. The question was, did I ever see the fans as the customers? And I did, absolutely. And not that I was counting on them turning up and watching me bowl badly for Queensland or for Australia, but they were. And I think that's been missed by a lot of the sports people today, because they're in this quite internal bubble of going from bus to hotel to plane to bus to hotel to plane on a tour, and they miss the other side of getting out and seeing what actually happens around a game of cricket. Like I said, I did it for 19 years. And then I had a great example of how it all works after I finished, with a good mate of mine, my best mate through cricket, Andy Bickle, another fast bowler from Queensland, we went to the West Indies with a tour group, a travel agent, get this, and the travel agent went and leased a ship to go to the West Indies in 2007 for the World Cup, the last World Cup they had. There was 1,000 Australians on this ship for 16 days. Once again, there was no, we were told, Adam Gilchrist told me, he said, we're a team boat and there's no other cricketer that could ever do what you guys are doing. Getting out and standing on this boat. Talk about perception, it was the ultimate of Big Brother. Everything you did, went, said, the way you ate, I guess, was getting judged and perceived by everyone. It was just one big fishbowl. But the customer, seeing how the effort that goes in, as a fan, they're turning up. They're spending good money to be on this ship. They're spending good money, and it's an experience of a lifetime. And I think that's one thing that we should, and trying to, in my current role as the president, I'm actually the president of the Australian Cricketers Association, trying to get the players to just humanise, I guess, the process and understand a bit more. Yeah, I think what's happened too in cricket is through, like society, I guess, through regulation, the process is harder to get to the players. Even for the media, they find it harder to, access to the players. So that's one thing I know that from a Players Association point of view, the players are really working hard at trying to do and fix. And maybe digital media, the new media is sort of the way to go, that we can get more sort of, interaction with the fan being the customer.
How do you change the perception of a professional player, athlete, to a new chapter of life? So professional business.
The question was, how do you change for a player the perception of going from cricket, that career, into another career, post cricket? And I've gone through the process now. I have for the last 4 years been consulting the University of Queensland, not as an ambassador, wearing a shirt and a hat and waving a flag saying, come and study UQ, but I do that specifically for India. So after I finish cricket, I've gone and bang, I'm going back there. No one else goes there. No one else wants to touch it in many ways, so I sort of went back there. And to the point now, I'm actually starting a business facilitating relationships between Indian and Australian business organisations. I've been with that, it's finding other ways where people aren't, where other people aren't. I know that Brett Lee does a lot of stuff in India, and he's got a manager that sells him out as a brand endorser, I guess, or ambassador. Whereas for me, it's different. It's elbows deep. We'll get in there and we'll sort of negotiate and establish and form a much lasting relationship with someone. So that's my idea, and sort of following that path is the process I'm going through. It's very difficult though, because I did that for 19 years cricket, and then now it's sort of the next stage. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And I look through. And it's probably been for 5 years. The last 5 years of my career, the process involved me writing and going. For me personally, it was going to. Everyone else was writing in newspapers. So the Courier Mail, you'd see the name. Glenn McGrath, Shane Warne, writing an article across all News Limited. But they weren't, because they were on a phone to a ghostwriter doing it that way. So once again, my example, I just decided, well, all right, I'm going to go to, I don't get paid a lot of money to do so. I decided to go to the Sunshine Coast Daily, and I pestered the shit out of them to let me write some unghosted copy for them. To the point where they said, yeah, no worries, like, we haven't got any money. I said, I don't want money. I just want to get a body of work out there. And so for the 5-year period, I thought, well, media's a way to go, and rather than just be, I'm not an Australian captain, so it means I won't get a gig on Channel 9 and their commentary team, former Australian captain. So I thought, we've got to find a different way, and that was what I did. And from there, I was from writing it for a couple of years, and